What's up, guys? It's your girl, Pretty Percent. That's spelled P-R-E-T-T-Y with a percent sign. We're back, and we're about to show you guys a review of the Tyler Perry show, Sistas. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel and you hit that notification bell so that you can be up to date whenever I drop a new video. All right, guys, today I'm going to tell you what the show is about. It comes on BET, and I'm talking about Sistas from Tyler Perry. It comes on at 9 o'clock on Wednesday nights, that is?
That's correct.
Yes.
Wednesday.
And you guys, he wants to correct me. I'm going to show you guys. This is Sean Bear. If you guys remember from looking at all my other reviews, I have my fiance here assisting with me. The show was The Straight No Chaser, Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 6, Episode 1. Danni wallows in self-pity until an encounter with Preston threatens to send her off the deep end. Ooh, right?
Yeah.
So what did you like about this show? We'll go into that first.
What I liked about the
episode that came on.
Honestly, there wasn't really too much to like. There was a lot left to be desired. It was kind of weak for a series premiere. You know, you done kept the Sisters fans waiting. And then you hit them with that week. It's been I guess maybe about a couple months. They had this Zatima run, and then you know it picked right up maybe about a month and a half after you finished the PET Plus run.
Yeah.
What did I like from the episode? I like Q did get popped, so Maurice did catch some revenge from that.
Oh my goodness.
Even though, I mean, technically, you know, somebody steal your car, first thing you don't want to do is go find them and shoot them, because then you put yourself in even more trouble than you needed. But it was nice to see Maurice get some payback for, you know, Q, you know, doing them in dirty. Made him lose his job, cleared out his house, no furniture in there.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, what was your favorite part of this
that
episode?
they all had on different clothes this time. That was one of my favorite parts. But no, when it first came on, as the season opened up for season 6, episode 1, that is, they first showed it. First of all, I don't think Maurice had the gun. He didn't have the gun. I believe Q had the gun because he came to see him and they started like raffling and stuff. And they was like about to fight, but the gun, you know, somebody's holding the gun and they're trying to hold it so it won't shoot him. And then it end up shooting. See, that's how it went off on last season. It went off like that. So it came back on showing that someone got shot. And we all thought Maurice got shot, but it wasn't Maurice this time.
Drop that boy Q.
Not this time, but yeah, it was Q. So he falls back, you know, and he got shot in his shoulder, so I believe he's gonna live. I mean, he got shot up here on his right shoulder, and he was laid out, and Maurice was like, "That's what you get. That's what you get." Then it comes out of nowhere.
Calvin
comes. So I knew I was supposed to follow you. I knew you was gonna do something stupid. So he followed him.
Randomly pops up out of the blue.
I'm glad he followed him though, for real. I mean, he has that happen. They're out there with all these cameras and everything. Maurice talking all this junk, like, yeah, I hope he died and stuff like that. I mean, the guy is really a bad guy. I don't even like Q, you know.
Yeah, a bit of a legal advice from that saying, you know, Maurice, you got to keep your mouth closed in the line of self-defense. You said too much to incriminate yourself, buddy. So
he said that because Calvin called the police officer, and he was like, "We gotta call the police. We got to, because if you try to flee the scene, is you're gonna get in more trouble." So he ended up calling the police and he was like, "We need an ambulance and everything like that." So the police officer comes, and then Maurice is talking to the police officer, like bucking at him, like, "Hey, yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, like." Man.
You jumped ahead a little bit.
There he goes again. He does this to me all the time. Okay, let's
You stick to the timeline.
It is. I'm talking about what happened. I'm
glad you mentioned that though, because I was watching it and I'm like, go ahead, give me fixed stuff for the YouTube.
I got you.
So Maurice, he mouthing off at the cop, and I'm like, I'm like, nah, we all been watching the news and stuff now. I'm like, nah, I don't know what Maurice be watching, he was on the verge catching him one of them Rodney King beatings or something, the way he was mouthing off at that cop. He be like Loganville or Cobb County talking like that. Them cops would have came over the head with that baton or something. So,
what was some of the things he was saying?
Well, he was just cussing out of the car. He was asking questions like, where you want to sing? I remember he asked Calvin, he was like, hey, were you here on the scene as well when this happened? No, I just arrived. Okay, we're just checking because we have surveillance. Then Maurice going, well, what the did you answer this question?
Yeah,
like,
that's your Maurice voice.
Yeah, right. Oh, you say that to any other cop, be like, sir, you gonna need to step back.
Yeah, you can't run up on no.
They ready to bust that taser out.
Now, while they're talking to him, Q is already gone on the stretcher. The stretcher comes from the ambulance and takes him on. So that's when the cop is questioning everything. That's where I was at,
they had that whole dramatic because. At first it started, then he had this whole little thing, I think I'm gonna die, die.
Cute.
Then he closes his eyes, then pass out, and then the intro come on. So we up here like, did he die?
After they went through that scene, the next scene was with Danni. Danni is at the bar, drunk, drinking, and the bartender just keep giving her drinks. And, she's already sad and mad from last season. So they ended it with, the girls, Andy, Karen, and Sabrina. They were all at Danny's apartment, and they were just kind of going off on her and everything. You have to catch that season back on season 5.
Yeah, 5.
That's what that was. Yeah. So you'll just know what we're talking about. So basically, what?
It's pretty much this episode was like a continuation, basically at the end of episode from last season. This just picks up. Basically, that's all this episode did, was really just pick up.
And it seems slow. I know everybody thinks that the Sisters is slow. Again, guys, this show is really like a soap opera. Really. If you guys remember the soap operas back in the day, it was just so dramatic, and they would be on scenes for a long time. And that's what they're doing on Sisters, or anything that Tyler Perry does, actually. So, either you're going to watch it or you're not, Anyways, Danny was all drunk, and the bartender was like, hey, give me your keys. You need to go. And before that, Preston, the guy that Danny used to date, he's Caucasian and she's black, and he came to come talk to her out of nowhere. And she's like, wait, you got a tracker on my car or something? How'd you know I'm here at the bar? And he's like, Danny, I just want to talk to you. Come on. He talks slow. Danny, I just want to talk to you or whatever. And she's like, oh gosh, what do you want to talk about now? Preston, really? So they're just doing what they always do. She tries to brush him off, and finally she was like, just get out of here. I don't want you in my face, really. You know how she talks. She never talked with a straight face. Like, even with her being drunk, that's how she really talks too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get out of here,
Yeah, she's very animated.
Very, very animated. I was trying to show you how she is, and it's very hard. Get out of here.
Okay.
But anyway, he ends up getting up and he walks away because he just had it or whatever. So finally, that bartender lady, she ends up whose phone does she have? Did she take Danny's phone?
Maybe she called from the bar phone or something.
She had a cell phone. Because she calls Andy first, and Andy's like, hello? And she's like, hey, Andy. She said, who am I speaking to? Like, Andy didn't even know who that is. And she's like, oh, I'm the girl that works at the bar.
Trina.
Trina?
Her name Trina.
I remember her name. Yeah. Okay. Well, Trina, since you remember her name.
To my nose.
Trina. Touche. So she calls Andy, and she tells Andy, hey, your girl Danny is up here, and she's drunk. And Andy's like, take her keys right now. She's like, and I'm on the way. She ends up calling. Now she hangs up the phone. Andy calls Sabrina and says, hey, Danny's at the bar drunk. So Sabrina's like, all right, I'm on the way. Like, say no more. I'm gonna meet you up there. So they ride or die, right? So then Sabrina, who calls Karen? Sabrina calls Karen.
Yeah, I believe so.
And she's like, Karen, what you doing? She's like, I was about to go to the salon. And she was like, She was like, Danni is drunk. She's up at the bar, and they know what bar she's at. And she was like, oh, I guess I can come by there before I go, So they get up there. Everybody shows up. Mm-hmm. They're all sitting there talking about how they're sorry to her for what happened on the season before, how Andy is saying she's going to leave Gary one day, but not tonight. And she was like, but what's going on with me and him is bad. And then Sabrina talks about Calvin, and she was like, I know you're tired of hearing about me and Calvin. They're just doing this little small talk. Everybody's apologizing to Danni, making her feel better because she's feeling down and depressed in the first place. That's why she's there drinking all this alcohol, and she's really sad, and she just really wants to take herself out. That's what I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Every so episodes, Tyler Perry throws in these scenes where he wants you to remind you why the show is called Sistas. So this the little sisters circle moment where they all get together and open up. You're going to be our girl at the end of the day, even though we was just grilling you for being out here in the streets.
And I think that's
last
wonderful.
Season on season 5.
Not one of them was grilling her.
No, it was great. It was great. Danny's probably about almost hitting her mid-40s, talking about having a hot girl summer.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was last season. We on season 6. Anyway, she down at the bar throwing them down because she can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them got some mess going on.
Okay, that's how you see it. That is true. That's why she's there, because she can't handle the truth.
But she's
just ready to...
Yeah, yeah, she got a whole lot. She need to go see that therapist on Zatima.
The guy?
Yeah, what's his name? The dude name was Paul, but whatever that therapist's name was, I can't think of it right now. But
you're going to have to go.
Therapist from Zatina, you need to go ahead and... Zatima. You need to go ahead and book Danni for a session as well, because your girl, she needs some healing.
Yes.
Not no sexual healing. Nah, she don't need that.
He was about to say that.
She didn't have too much of that. That's why they had to intervene. Danni was out here wilding. She was like, oh yeah, you know what? He wanted me to come say hello to him and his friends, so I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah.
And then, instead of them, saying, no, you're not gonna do that, they're like, okay, let's just sit here. And then Danni goes and she just turns into Superfly. Starts hitting this pimp stroll like she about to go into the players' ball.
And she got up. How'd she get up? I mean,
I know she just got up and she left.
Yeah, she was doing something. They said, why is she walking like that?
I'm telling you,
it's like her hands was like...
She was listening to some Curtis Mayfield or something on the way to the bar or something. She was in her pimp mode. She went over there to the table and then...
Did it cut off a minute and then it went to the Fatima and Zach? Or that was like going on? It was supposed to be going on at the same time? That part was just a little talking. We
you know what?
After.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up too, because we're gonna get into that too.
Okay, so when she walked over there doing the little walk,
yeah,
I didn't catch
Superfly.
me. You didn't catch me. The walk she was doing, do.
That's what she was doing.
She was doing so wild, like she was trying to bust out a start ticket or something. I don't know, but she's supposed to be drunk.
Collect some money.
She's supposed to be drunk. That's why. Right. So she sits down in front of Preston and his new girl. She's a Caucasian, beautiful lady sitting there. She told her she had on some a pleather outfit too.
Yeah,
that was funny. She's like, oh, we got the same outfit on, your pleather. But she said it under her breath. Danni is hilarious. I'm sorry. She's really the most hilarious one on there, to be honest. But so she's like, so what is it? What this is the girl you want me to come meet her? And she sees that there's a ring on the girl's finger. And she was like, that looks like the same ring you was about to give me, but I turned you down. So now you got it on her. And she's asking the girl, how do you like that? How does that feel that now he gave you a ring that he tried to give me? She's like, dude, you know what this girl said? She was like, I just want him to figure it out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was the
new girl.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of...
These guys, they whenever they get in some stuff, they always know how to drag out trying to explain themselves. Like anytime, never fail. As soon as something go down, can you explain this? let's just relax and then we'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
like,
Preston
you
was
better,
so
you
nervous.
better talk about it right now. Oh yeah, he even
Sitting
had
there drinking
yeah,
everybody's wine.
He had to hit him shoot some of the glass. Oh, ESPN. So yeah. Anyway, he told the girl he would drop her off at the hotel, and then she, he would go meet with Danny so they could talk later.
Right.
And so and Danny looked at the girl. She was like, "Do you hear this, man?
Right. Like, are you gonna take this?" And she was like, "I'm so sick of these men doing this like this." And she was like, "I would never." She said, "I wish he would tell me after I take you home, I'm gonna go talk to her or something. Can I come over there and come talk to you later?" So basically, Preston wants to take his new girl or old girl, whoever this girl is that he's been with, because Danny turned him down. They've been back and forth. He's telling her, "I'm gonna take her back to the hotel and I'm gonna come see you, Danny, later so we could talk." Because I think really Preston loves Danny. He wants her. But since she keep throwing him to the left, he feels like he just gotta be with this girl. Looks like it's some kind of shotgun wedding going on or something. Do you guys know what that means?
Well, that's usually when
it's
somebody
funny
gets,
you ask. Let me tell you what it means. So basically, when like if somebody's dad sees that his daughter needs to be married because she see you and him together all the time and messing around, and he's like, no, you ain't finna just get this milk and cookies for free. You finna have to marry my daughter first before you get these milk and cookies. So he goes ahead and be like, and if you don't marry her, I'ma shoot you. That's the shotgun wedding.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that history lesson.
You're welcome. Anytime. Pretty person.
Andy gets a call from your boy Gary.
Before she go over there.
Hey, this guy right here.
I see where this shit just going on.
This boy up here, he channeling his inner American Beauty. I don't know if y'all seen that movie. He all on the bed with the petals all over him and stuff.
Yeah, what is it?
Like,
it ain't Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Here you are, Day. Did you get my picture?
Yeah, they got him showing out and then naked all the time. He just naked on every episode now. I mean, the girls probably like to see it, but I don't want to see Gary and Andy together. So it's just not something I want to see because I don't like to see them together.
Yeah, she mentioned neither do her sisters.
They don't either because of how he treated her, all the stuff she been through with him.
But she explained. She said what she said, he make her laugh and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, she feel good around him. He makes her feel good. She knows she need to cut him off, but she not ready to do that today.
She did tell the truth, and she doesn't care what anybody thinks. He's at home in her bed at that house that he got her. Well, the place he got her. So, anyways, after all that happened, she got off the phone with him, okay? Mm-hmm. He at the house waiting on her. So, Sabrina and Andy, they get up and they walk over there thinking they finna manhandle
Danny.
Danny, like they gonna pick up her Danny bigger than both of them, okay? But anyway, they trying to hold on to her, like, come on, let's go. And Preston's like, yeah, take her, or whatever. But he looked like he's really enjoying this for some reason, like, But because Andy's over there all drunk acting, and the girl, what is the girl's name that?
I have no idea what her name was.
We don't know her name.
I
think it was Laura.
I don't know.
Tammy?
Preston's girl.
Okay, Preston's girl. So she just sitting there like, all hunky-dory. Mm-hmm. That's one of Danny's words. But she's just over there just sitting, waiting or whatever. And Danny's making a fool of herself. She's looking crazy. So finally, they tussle, they talking junk. And she's like, how you going to try to come talk to me? Do not come over and talk to me. No, like that. So she tries to explain to Sabrina and Andy, like, this is what's going on. He wants to take her home and take her to the hotel. Remember, take her to the hotel. What they doing in the hotel? I don't know. So take her to the hotel and then come over here to, to my house later, which is Danny.
So we can talk.
You like, what kind of junk is that? And they was like, what? They did say, they was like, what? They was like, come on. So they finally get her up and go and whatever. She's still trying to drink some wine that ain't there. Ain't nothing in the cups no more. So they finally get her up and they walking on. And then the girl talks to Preston. She's like, really, Preston? And he was like, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Like, he is boring. He boring. He might look good and all, but he boring, okay?
So in between all that, we did have the scene like we mentioned with Maurice and the cop. That occurred in between. And everybody's favorite couple, our favorite couple. They got them a little screen time stuffed in, which is a little confusing. Let me explain why. We've been reviewing the Zatima show. I know we missed the last 2 episodes, but the finale of that show, we're being led to believe Zach stepped out and maybe cheated on Fatima. And she's like, I'm out.
Yeah, that was on Zatima.
Right. But then we get back to Sistas. And we get to a scene of them, she on top of him and they in the bed chilling. And I'm like, okay, hold up. How does this fall in this timeline with Zatima? Because both shows supposed to coexist in the same universe. So like we're in the timeline. Like is this before? Is this before? So Tyler Perry, you gotta clear that up with your spin-off shows. Yeah, you got 2 little kind of confusing storylines. This joint was full of filler scenes, and even though it's y'all's favorite characters, I hate to say it, they could have been left off this episode because it really did nothing but just really establish a storyline that Zach wants to meet the kid and get to know him better, but the execution was just kind of whack. And then Tyler Perry, he always finds a good time to sneak in a little penis reference joke.
Oh, I hear
it. It was a couple of them. Danny made one when they was talking about Andy was talking about Gary and then they threw in, oh yeah, we know why
that he's blessed or whatever.
Right. Then
did they say that about Zach?
Yeah, it's applied to that he's Tyler Perry likes to go out his way of making sure we know all these main characters got some big wings.
Big wings. Yeah,
I know. I mean,
did they say that about Preston?
I mean, I just find it weird. He always got to make sure
the person that Danny had messed with that punched her and then she spit on.
Yeah, he ain't had no big wang, and then he Chris Browned her up for talking that trash.
Oh my gosh!
Not that I'm condoning that he was in the wrong. He was in the wrong, with his small wang. But I'm just saying.
Another part.
He was hurt.
Oh no! I'm just changing it. Another part when Zach was in the bed with Fatima, he's always sitting, pondering and thinking and asking these questions that set him up in the first place. So he laying there with her. How it came on, he was like, how do you put up with me? Like, how come you not mad? Why all of this? You just cool with it? Basically, that's what he asked her. And she was like, what you mean? He was like, I mean, you just cool with it. You cool with this my whole life. You cool.
The
she was like, it really ain't that I'm cool with. That's kind of how they started off. Like, he always got to ask some question to get it started. When they might get mad at each other, get in an argument or whatever. He ended up making himself not get none that night. Because they were talking about the baby mamas. They in the bed. She was sitting on top of him, but he want to talk about that. She did not get him none. He good going, Zach. Good going, okay?
That man talked himself out of the pee.
He did.
We had a bunch of filler scenes. Well, we had her. She left out the bar. She gets on the phone. She gets a call from Aaron. Aaron is at her house. He wants to talk. Explain about the incident that happened last season where the strange woman showed up and went off on him. So she's like, all right, I'm gonna circle back. Meanwhile, after that, she gets on the phone. At first I thought it was pointless, but I'm like, okay, I see how they tried to set this up.
Okay.
She's like, hey Pam, did you close the shop? Meanwhile, Pam over there, on the phone, clearly we are aware that she's getting her cheeks clapped. And I'm like, okay, if she's at the shop, she's talking about something, send me a picture of the shop. I'm like,
the girl is not.
She sound like, I mean, she can
in the
multitask probably, but she don't sound like she about to be multitasking.
She moaning and groaning and stuff, and then Karen's like, "What are you doing right now?" And she's like, "I'm not about to make noises because it really was like very inappropriate."
Very stars.
It was just stars. They didn't show it. It wasn't stars show at all. Tyler Perry, if you gonna let us hear it and stuff, you got.
I'd be afraid what he put on a Stars show.
Why, Shane? Why? Yeah, he ain't gonna show no women. That is not what he gonna do. So, anyways, he on the phone with Pam, and I mean she's on the phone. I'm talking about Tyler Perry on the phone with Pam. Okay, so Karen's on the phone with Pam, and she was like, "Pam, did you lock up? You supposed to send me the picture?" She's like, "I'm gonna see your picture after I'm done." And that's supposed to be her moaning. That's my moan voice for her. So they hang up the phone or whatever. She's waiting on this picture, but she ends up circling around back to her apartment.
And then we cut to the next scene. I'm gonna stop you for your get off time.
Okay. I was like, "Bye, y'all."
Jump around.
I thought we couldn't like see you later.
We go back. We have another scene. Okay, Maurice and Calvin. They come back to the crib. Oh, yeah. He's like, "Oh, I hope he's all right." Maurice is like, right.
I hope that man is dead.
Pretty much, established. I don't know what the purpose of the scene was. Like I said, some of these scenes were just filler scenes.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Take us some time, drag the show out.
They made us wait this long.
Yeah.
Some filler scenes.
So yeah, just had a little brief discussion about, I hope Q is not dead, because you'll be a murderer. It's murder. When actually, possibly he can plead. It's murder. He can. In worst case, he would get charged with manslaughter, but he can plead self-defense because he did get the gun pulled out on him.
That police was like, "What are you doing up here, too?" Though.
Well, yeah, he came up to
get my stuff.
Yeah. And that's all subjective because he did not pull out a gun. Look at me, sounding like I'm a lawyer. He did not pull out a weapon. Q pulled out the weapon, so therefore it can be said he did not go there with intent to cause harm.
That's right.
Or kill him. He just wanted to confront him about the car. So technically, it's not murder, but
So
throwaway scene.
Comes back to the part I was talking about when Karen drives around and she comes out of her truck, flat stomach, looking good. She looking good now.
Hey, pregnancy's been good to Karen, boy.
She supposed to be at least 8 months now. 8 or 9. 8 months. She got to be. Come on, how many?
Nah, she got to be in maybe her first try, but she
first trimester.
She had an ultrasound now.
She already went to find out whose it is too.
Oh, when it was date of conception. Yeah. Well, she didn't find out who it is, weeks. But she got the date of conception, which she's trying to like put
it on Zach.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted to be. But at this point, she don't want it to be neither one of them. And why? Because when she comes out of her truck with a flat stomach, she comes out and then she comes in talking to Aaron is right there. He was like, "Hello," and she's like, "Hello." She's like, "What does this man want?" Basically.
Right.
So he's just talking to her like, "How are you doing? What's going on?" She's like, "Okay, can we just talk about what happened? Can we just talk about what happened the other day when a girl showed up at my shop and y'all was out there yelling at each other? Can you just tell me what's going on and stop with this bull?"
Yeah.
And he's like beating around the bush. "Oh, it's nothing. I really care for you." Like he's beating around the bush first, and finally she pulls it out of him. She said, "Just tell me what's going on, Aaron." She wanted to call him dummy, So he finally says, okay, the situation that happened, and he's starting to look like a little liar or something. I wonder, is he a Leo or something? Because Leos are liars. If their birthday's in August or something.
Leo's my moon sign.
August, the older people. No, it's not.
It's my moon sign.
Your moon sign.
All right, that's a whole nother.
Okay. Boy, so you a liar?
No, I ain't no liar.
But I don't know. I'm just saying, you guys. So he's sitting there like, okay, the girl that was out there, all right, I used to talk to her a little bit. Well, she's like, like now we getting somewhere. You used to talk to her, huh? And he was like, the time when you was playing me to the left, when you didn't want to talk to me. And I could have sworn.
Justifiable.
Yeah, but I could have sworn he still kept trying to come at her. Even though she wasn't trying to talk to him, he was pushing up for her every day almost. So when did he have time to talk to this girl? So then he wants to say, and the girl is crazy. You know, she just showed up. She was like, okay, so she just showed up at my shop. Just like she crazy just like your ex-wife was crazy. And he kind of looked like he got mad when she said that. He was like, oh, you gonna say that?
Like,
yeah, all these girls just so happen to be crazy over you. Why they so crazy over you? What they do? And he was like, well, she fell in love with me. And she's like, why she fall in love with you? What you do? She was like, are you just like...
She called him a gaslighter. Are you a gaslighter?
She's like, are you a gaslighter? He said, no, I'm not gaslighting.
I can't say he was in the wrong for keeping his options open. Yeah. But he should have been more transparent, like, you know.
Like she told him.
Because this whole time, yeah, you right. We was all just like, oh, he just so into Karen. He's just doing everything. Even at the time when she was dogging this man out, we was like, yeah, you know, you can do better. You can do better. You can do better, guy. Apparently, he was thinking the same thing. We just ain't know it until season 6, episode 1.
So he say this is the girl
he just was talking to in between while Karen was playing him.
And she did look crazy because he was pushing her back. The girl that showed up at her shop, he was pushing her back, and she was yelling at him and like going off on him. And he was like, "Not up here, like that." But he, you know, that they are really trying to give us some cliffhangers on them.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so yeah, they had that bit. But the funny thing, and I always say, whenever the thing with sisters always is hilarious. Every time these. You know, the guys have these situations with their love interests on the show. Every time the girl is like, all right, I think it's time for you to leave.
Yeah.
They have a hard time reading the room. You know, it is like, all right, she doesn't want to talk to me no more. They say the most dumbest stuff. Oh, you want me to walk you inside? Yeah. No, Negro. No. She just said, yeah. Well, can we get a drink later tonight?
No, okay.
Gary and Andy be having that same nonsense go on.
They're annoying.
She be like, why are you calling me Gary? Oh, well, you know, you're just, I couldn't stop thinking about you. You're so beautiful. All right,
irritating.
Well, Gary, you need to leave now. Okay, well,
obnoxious.
Can I take you out to dinner?
That's how they looking. That's how they looking. When they do again. Can I take you out to dinner?
I don't be that crazy.
So she sent her a picture, and then she says, "Hold on, Pam. The curling iron's still on. When the red light is on, that means it's still on." And she said, "Oh, that's what that mean? Yeah, I'm about to go back to the shop." And then Pam like, "You want me to go? I can go." No, Pam, I'ma go. Dang, okay, never. Pam ain't not good for nothing.
Pam,
but being nosy.
Pam Pam is about to be at the Georgia Department of Labor. If she don't catch them hands, yeah, you about to lose your job.
Your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job.
Yeah.
That's too many times. The first slip up, she would have got fired on the spot. I'd be like, you know what? Don't come to work tomorrow. And then after we tell you what followed up after that whole thing, I'm like, oh yeah, Pam, her redemption is about to be. She got long.
We gotta go out.
Cause Karen pulls up to the salon. You want to go ahead and reveal how this episode ended. She pulled up to the salon.
Well, first we saw something like I thought it was some thriller going on. Oh. When they showed somebody with some dashiki on, and we just saw hair all over the place, and it just went off. You know the commercials. Oh, we was like, what? We both looked at that. What is this? We both woke now. So then it come back on. All of a sudden, Karen's like, oh my God, her shop is on smoking. You know, it's smoke before fire, right? So we see all this smoke and it's lit up. And then she goes to the door. She drops the key. She said, God dang it, Pam. So she puts the key back in and she go in and all this smoke just slap her in the face. She comes in there. They show this little fire. It looks so pretty. The fire. They have
so PlayStation 1 graphics.
or back on like the Power Rangers. Right, you know how the monsters look back then? Like, now that we look at it now, out. I'm like, that
I mean,
is
it's
not
like
scary.
we watching Avengers or something.
Okay.
So, we're gonna give you a little.
Okay.
We're gonna give you some sympathy on the little visual effect.
Right. So, okay. So then she comes in, she see this fire, and she's coughing. Like, no, I'm about to save my shot. Forget that. This all I got.
But that shot
so
was
she
done.
goes to her little office back there and get this small little fire extinguisher about the size of her body. And then she come back and she's trying to spray and she's coughing and she's trying to spray. She didn't even take the pen out. You supposed to take the pen out first.
Yeah, that thing
and
was
then
shooting
spray it.
nothing out.
But she can't spray and nothing's happening. She's still trying to do it. And then, oh my gosh, y'all, how she falls out. This is the finale. She falls out. She drops the thing. And she falls in slow motion. And then she lays down. I mean, it wasn't even no fall. You like, she just... It was pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like she got put to sleep.
Right. And I'm
Like she took a potion and she just...
I'm like, where is anybody in the area, number one,
I
to
thought somebody
have
was gonna pull up.
call 911? Because clearly the shot was smoking when she pulled up. So
Yeah, it was already going down.
And then Karen, I don't know.
It's at nighttime too, though, so everything's closed probably.
You know how these salons be.
Yeah.
You know, it just
I mean,
be
if a
somebody.
salon just go on fire right now out
It'd
there.
always be somebody out on the street gonna see something. But
I guess not over there. They might be in a good neighborhood.
I don't know what school Karen went to. Fire safety. Whenever there is a smoke inside the building, you do not walk in there.
Yeah, she saw the fire.
You could not see
and then
inside the
you pregnant.
salon.
You pregnant.
Oh yeah, we about to get into
Why
that.
in the world did you run into where you see some fire? I mean, her adrenaline probably was pumping and everything, and she was scared. So you don't know when you're in that situation.
I'm not running into a smoke-filled shop.
Yeah, I would be in the car calling, hey, 911, or, send the fire marshals out here. My shop is on fire. I mean, she got insurance or something. Shoot, might be payday for her.
Maybe,
Trying to save the shop, gonna go in there and kill yourself.
And then she walked in, got that whole little. I don't know what she thought was about to pull out. That shot was on its way out.
Yeah.
She walked in there, all that fire on the floor. That little extinguisher,
Yeah.
that extinguisher is for a little grease fire.
The way she fell out, though, y'all. Did you see it, though?
Do it again. How did she do it?
And she tried to spray, and she coughed, and she came down.
Had that
And it was
dramatic
over.
thing.
It was over.
So
that's how it went off.
Yeah, I thought to myself, I said, oh wow. I said, so this is how we get out of the baby storyline. That was the first thing to my head. I said, oh no.
Yeah,
I
me
said,
too.
oh boy. I said she about to lose the baby.
Yeah, plenty of times I thought she had a miscarriage because she bled on one of them.
Yeah,
sometimes that can happen, but that was more
this is it. This is the baby kill out scene right
with
here.
her
So,
flat stomach.
next time
Dang,
Danny's at the bar, I guess she's going to pour out one for Karen's
the
unborn
homie?
baby. We'll
oh dang!
We'll never know if it's Zach or Aaron's.
Dun dun dun. No, the other music. Dun dun.
Well, I mean,
like when something happens.
So we got a little preview of next episode. Looks like it's a lot just going to be going on. What do you think?
I actually didn't see any preview of the next part because she's still laying down there.
Well, yeah, then they show a little montage of the next episode. We see a piece Hayden and the old girl going to get some
we
episode.
saw that part.
Yeah, we get a little Fatima in there. We get some Aaron on the phone with Pam, and then we get, Pam pull up the shop. She's like, oh my, the shop's been on fire.
Aaron's like, what's going on? He doesn't notice that probably finna run up there too. And that's gonna all be on the second one. She's still gonna be laying down in there on the second episode.
But Pam, boy, like, if I was Karen, I'd have to get my sister Circle to go. Now is the best time.
Fatima.
Yeah, I was like, now is the best time for you and Fatima to become whole girls. Like,
What's
I
her
need
name? Mama Paradise.
Madam.
Mama Joyce. Madam.
Her cousin.
Who said Madam C.J. Walker? Who said that?
Not me.
No. Madam. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead. What they need to do now? Comment and all.
They're gonna comment. We're gonna find out, you guys. Watch what I tell you that Aaron is crazy. And I knew it from the beginning. He is crazy. So, anyways, you guys, what do you think? Do you think Aaron crazy too? Or do you think Gary crazy? Or do you think Karen is crazy? Which one of them are crazy?
Do you think Pam about to catch them hands? And will she
Pam
be
might got
working
some
at?
hands.
Will she be working at McDonald's from now on? After she done
Or
burnt
is
the
she
shop
about to
up?
lose her job?
She about to lose her job.
You about to lose your job.
When she gonna get another one at though? She probably ain't getting the McDonald's because she already done burnt something up. So they ain't about to have a cooking.
She not.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway.
you can't even cook. You can't cut off instruments. Okay.
What you be saying?
So you guys,
Leave a
until
comment.
Next time, I want
Like
you
and
to
share.
like and share this, and we'll see you next time.
Danny, holla at the Zatima therapist.
Please.
Pam, get on Department of Labor.
Right now, I have a commercial on there. You might see my commercial on the Georgia Department of Labor. Cut that. Bye, y'all.
Drink from my sunshine, sip from my rainbows. Delicious.